college football coaches in America now. Coach Gary Pinkel at Missouri. I should put an asterisk on that. Great coach at the University of Toledo, just inducted into coach the University of Toledo Hall of Fame. What did that feel like for you personally?
Well, it's such a great honor. I mean, on my radar, I didn't even think about a Hall of Fame.
Sure.
I got a call right before the Alamo Bowl from Dave Notkey at the University of Toledo and said I was going to be inducted, and you just, it's kind of overwhelming. I mean, you're so honored that they would think of you to be able to do something like that. So I will always be a Toledo Rocket and very proud of that.
Coach, and we're proud of the work that you did here and very appreciative of that. The mark you left in the community, the mark you left at the university and on the football field, everything was always done in a class fashion as normal. Now in Missouri, what you've done there, Coach, when you went there, quite candidly, I heard a lot of people say, Gary,
what the heck he's doing?
Yeah, and no, exactly that.
Yeah.
Gary's a great coach, but it ain't going to happen there. And they would have a myriad of reasons why it isn't going to happen there. And you made it happen there. What was the biggest thing that turned that for you at Missouri, Coach?
Well, every coach has always talked about head coach that knows a little bit about the University of Missouri. It's the only Division I school in the state. With Columbia's right in the middle of the state, with St. Louis and Kansas City, and you look back at the history, and what they did was they just kept getting rid of coaches. And when you start getting rid of coaches every 4 or 5 years, and you get a pattern, it's hard to dig out. And I know because I inherited all that. But I felt if I had the right athletic director, right administration that were committed to me and our program in the toughest times, that we could do it. And Mike Alden's our athletic director, and he's the one that really I kind of based my final decision. I can work with this guy, and guess what? That's what he did. Things got tough like we knew they would.
Right.
And he stuck with us, and we've made a lot of progress.
A lot of progress is an understatement, Coach. What you've done there, you and your staff, is fantastic.
Thank you.
But I want to talk a little bit about your offense, because you got to have coaches all over the country calling you, trying to get film on you and watch what you do, because you've always been a guy that develops a quarterback, and that isn't easy to do year after year after year. People who don't know the game don't get that, but every year you have a quarterback, and that doesn't just happen. And the offense that you run is so effective and prolific. Where did all this offensive work come from? Is it bits and pieces that you pulled from other people and thoughts that you had also, or is it just kind of totally your thing?
Well, what happened was, I'm in Missouri the first couple of years, and we're struggling building our program. And I see Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer's a friend of mine, here at Bowling Green, just very close to here. And he goes out to Utah, then goes to Florida, and utilizing the spread offense. And then in our league in the Big 12, we have Mike Leach at Texas Tech going to bowls every single year, and he's outscoring people in most of the games. And this year their defense played very well. It was one of the best teams in the country. And so you're trying to get an edge to try to build your program. And so about 5 years ago, with a lot of thought, talking to a lot of defensive coordinators around the country, and getting their opinions of offenses, we made that decision to go no huddle at that time too. Now everybody knows no huddles.
Right.
When we did it, we're one of the very few teams in the country that were doing no huddle, and we just decided, and we run our own version. We have a lot wide splits. We attack.
It's unique.
And trust me, I had to with my Don James background.
It's
kind of like Woody Hayes.
How great
it's kind of like
James? How great was
Don James? He's my hero.
Yeah,
so
he's as good as
he's the best. But with that background and making that kind of philosophical change in offense was very unique. But it worked, and honestly, a lot of people around the country are doing the same things now.
Coach, on the way out, we have about 30 seconds, but Chase Daniels, is he the best? I mean, it's hard to say, I know, but he's the best you ever had. I mean, I watched him play, and he seemed like as better person than he was player, and he was a great player. He just seemed like a great leader, great kid.
He has it all. I think the great statement for Chase Daniel was right before our bowl game and said, if we win this game, we'll have won 30 games the last 3 years. That's 10 wins a year for 3 years as a starter. He didn't care about all the stats and the numbers, which are phenomenal. He has all kinds of NCAA records. What he cared about was winning, and that's tells the story of Chase Daniel.
Coach Pinkel, we're winning tonight because you're here for the National Football Foundation. These kids are going to be thrilled, and the parents. Thank you so much for coming back to your old community and giving back like you always do. And good luck. We're going to be watching Missouri on TV and being very successful again this year.
Thank you. I'm very honored.
Thanks, Coach Pinkel. Be back with more on BCSN.